Hello, this is Donald93. I will be doing a quick review of the Japanese Tier 2 light tank, the Type 95 Huggle. Let's get into the stats. The max hit points you will have is 175. The maximum load limit is 10.1. With my setup it is 8.06 tons. The maximum horsepower you will have is 135. The top speed is 140. The traverse speed is 44. The traverse speed combined with the top speed and horsepower, this makes the tank rather quite agile and good at turning. The horsepower to ton for this tank, it is 16.7 per 1 ton, which is rather quite good. It allows you to get between location A to location B in a hurry. The hull armor. This is the downside, which makes all Japanese tanks bad in the armor department. The hull armor, it is 12 to the front and side, 10 in the rear. The hull armor, pretty much all guns in this tier will be able to pen any thin armored tanks like the Hagel with ease. The turret armor offers you 35 millimeters in the front, 25 to the side and rear. The turret traverse, it is 36. This could be better though, it could be worse though, but it would do the job that it was designed for. The view range, without binocs and perks, you will have 300 meters. With binocs and perks, you will have 400 meters plus. The maximum signal range, it is 425. Let's get to the research part. If you want to put everything on, then you need to get the upgrade tracks. It increases the it changes the load limit from 7.4 tons with 40 degrees traverse speed up to 10.1 tons with 44 traverse speed. A very good upgrade just for that alone. The engine, they have the same chance to be set on fire at 15%. The default engine offers you 120 horsepower. The upgraded one offers you 135 horsepower. The radius offers you 300 meters for the stock one. It increases up to 350, and the top one 425. The turrets on this tank, the default turret offers you 160 hit points with 12 millimeters of armor all around, with the same turret traverse and view range at the top one. The top turret offers you 35 millimeters in the front, 25 millimeters for the side and rear, with the same 36 traverse with 300 meters in view range. To unlock the Kini, you will need to research the top turret. This tank have two different playstyles. The 37 millimeter. This is a good sniping gun with .44 accuracy, with about the same pen and damage that you would find on the Japanese 37 millimeter guns. The only difference between them, the stock and the top one on this tank, it is some minor stats differences like the pen, aiming time, and the accuracy. The top one have better. The Type 98 37mm gun have increased pen, better accuracy, and a better aiming time from 1.9 to 1.7. As it's being a 37mm gun, this is a good sniping gun to use at a long distances. It's good for all around long to short range purposes with a very high rate of fire, around 26 rounds per minute. The 57mm gun. This this gun, the way how I use it as a howitzer. It doesn't have very good pen at all for the AP. The heat the AP and heat have the same damage, but there's a minor difference in the penetration. The AP offers you 22 to 37 millimeters of pen. The heat offers you 41 to 69 pen. The AP would do well enough when facing low-tier vehicles with weak armor though. The HE have almost the exact same millimeters for penetration as the AP though. It's just a little bit less penetration though. It have increased damage for the damage for one shell is 71 to 119 with 0.66 meters for the blast radius. I use the howitzer as a sniping howitzer from a distance though, and I did rather quite good with this 57mm gun. The good thing about this tank, a lot of the equipment, it is transferable for the light and the medium line. The two replays I have set up, the first one will be a 37mm and how to use it. The second replay, I will have the 57mm gun and how I use it. Let's get to some replays now. This replay, I am using the second 37mm gun that you unlock on the Hago. The 37mm, the 37mm gun that you do get to use on the Hago, the Renault, and the rest of the Japanese tanks have the same play style though. This replay, I will show you how to use the Hago speed and whichever gun that you have to your advantage. The good thing about the Hago is it have a relatively good horsepower to ton ratio. It is better than the tier 1 though, so that's is a good thing. Uphill, you can still get to the top of the hill here, like I am doing here, with a little bit more ease, but you're going to still be slow still. On flat terrain, you can actually get up to 40 kilometers and more than that if you use the proper terrain to your advantage. Fortunately enough, on the terrain like this, I managed to get up to 40 pretty quickly here. This is when the enemy team broke through our defense line in Tank Alley. Now they're doing a push down there. This is where I began to become useful to the team. There are the BT-2 and other enemy tanks at the red base. There's the main priority for me right now was to go down to Tank Alley and destroy the tanks down there to relieve pressure at the green base. At least with that, the rest of the green team tanks, my allies, at the bottom corner of the map could hold the line, while the people up in the north could get to their base, making them fall back. Unfortunately, that plan did not work out as planned. You'll see why. With this front saved, I went back to the north there to help the team members up there to rush to the red base. Unfortunately, the BT-2, one of them that I saw earlier at red base, made a push to the hill to kill the T1 on my team and the T2 medium, at least to take some of his health before he dies. Now it's just me and the T2 medium. At this point of the game, both of the teams are in opposite ends of the map. The red team is around the green base and could in theory come back to red base in a hurry if they must. The green team, that's my team, right now we have very limited options. The one option that I sought when I was playing this match was with the help of the T2 medium on the hill and me to do as much damage before we lose. See what me and the T2 medium do. Last time there was a T18 and the medium 2 at base. Remember this T18 locations because that's going to be important. This medium 2, the T2 medium and me got this medium 2 out of commission with our good rate of fire gun. This T18, he is still facing us, knowing the T2 medium could have been around here. I took the risky behavior or act and went around here to get the T18 to face me while the friendly T2 medium on the hill there killed the T18 for me. Also, being in this little crevice here, I was safe from the T18 and the T2 medium. The T18 being dealt with, I used my good rate of fire here to get rid of the T2 medium. After the T2 medium got put out of action. This where my usefulness was put to an end for the team. I tried to go back to base to help reset, but having one person at base and around 80, 90, it was a loss for us. So the next replay I have in line to show you, I am going to be using the 57mm gun on the Hoggle. This replay, I am using the 57mm gun on the Hoggle. The way how I play this tank with the 57mm gun, I use it like a howitzer. I mainly use the HE rounds though. I do have AP rounds for lightly armored targets when I do get up close and personal though. The reason why I use mainly HE rounds is, at least if I do hit the target, I still do damage though, even if I did not penetrate. With AP, I have to penetrate the target to do any damage. As this gun, I use it like a howitzer. It have howitzer stats and the arc of a howitzer. One useful way how I use my howitzer, I try to lead my shots up, knowing where the enemy tank is going to be. This can be a bit of a tricky task to do though. It takes some time getting used to the tank guns and how they operate. The way how I use the howitzer, I prefer using it at a long distance though. This is a viable option if you're on a map like Province or any long-range maps. The only problem with this tactic is you're going to be missing your target a lot with 0.5 accuracy though. You have to take your time when you're aiming this gun. And so it's going to be 50-50 chance if you hit the target or not. This T2 medium, I'm trying to lead up my shots where he is going to be though. I did finally manage to hit him though. I only tracked him though. With this replay finish up, let's go back to the garage so I can do a quick summary of the Type 95 Hago. This is going to be a short summary on the Type 95 Hago. The Hago offers you a good horsepower, top speed, traverse speed, gun selection, and good rate of fire. It is quite possible that you can actually do a lot of damage with either of the two guns. The only downside to the entire Japanese line is the armor on the mediums and the light tanks. From tier 2 up to tier 9, you will have no armor whatsoever. For me, personally, I have gotten used to this. I have played all of my Japanese tanks as if I have no armor whatsoever. For people that do know how to use the Type 95 Pago, it can be a very fun tier 2 light tank just to distress from the higher tier grinding when it gets to you. I hope that this short guide have helped you understand how the Hago is played, used, and how you can destroy it though.